Om Shanti, good morning, and a very warm welcome. Today we are going to read a Murli dated on 2nd August 1973. The title of the Murli is Attaining Success with the Right Method. Attaining Success with the Right Method. So in this Murli, Baba is going to describe the right method, how we have to attain success, and what are the forms that we need to imbibe. Three forms Baba is talking about, and three ways to through which we can perform every action, and through which we will attain success. So Baba is teaching us the right method. So let's begin reading the Murli. Okay, Baba says, do you consider yourself to have attained success by using the right method? So there is a method, right? So when the method is not right, then we don't attain success. Okay, so we need to learn the method. So everything there is a method. Even for yoga also there is a method. So when we vidhi say siddhi, like that we say, right? So similarly, there is a right method. When we follow the right method, then we attain success. So many people put a lot of effort, but not knowing the right method. When we do it using the right method, then we attain success. So in this Murli, Baba is teaching us how to, follow the right method and then attain success in our action. So let's see how Baba is teaching us this method, right method. Okay. Because whatever effort one makes, the aim of effort is to attain success. People of the world nowadays have a lot of occult powers. They have occult powers, whereas here we have success through using the right method. Success through the right method is accurate, but they have put us into another form and gone into occult powers. So, do you consider yourself to be embodiment of success? Do you consider yourself to be embodiments of success? When every thought is accurate according to the method, then there will definitely be success. When every thought is accurate according to the method, then there will definitely be success. If you're not using the right method, then understand that there isn't success. Okay, so if you don't follow the right method, then there isn't success. This is why even on the path of devotion, whatever activity you perform or make others perform, its value is based on the method, because it is according to the right method that you experience success. According to the right method that you experience success. Everything began from here, did it not? This is why you are asked whether you consider yourself to be embodiments of success or whether you still have to become that. According to the time, the result in both fields up until now should definitely be 65%. You see the speed of time and you even issue a challenge. And so the challenge you issue will be fulfilled when the stages of all of you become complete. On what basis will this challenge of transformation takes place? On what basis will this challenge of transformation take place? Who are the foundation of that? You are the foundation, are you not? If the foundation is not strong, how will the work progress? If the foundation is not strong, how will the work progress? When the foundation is ready, then after that the kingdom will also be ready number wise. So if those who want the right to claim the kingdom don't take their right, then how would others claim their number wise right? Unless your stage is attained success by using the right method, how will you be successful in the task of world benefit? Unless your stage has attained success by using the right method, how will you be successful in every task in the task of world benefit? First, there has to be success for the self. Such First, there has to be success for the self. Such a big task has to be completed in such a short time. So how fast must the speed be? Do you make any plans for this? How will you achieve that speed? To be an embodiment of success means to attain success in whatever thoughts you have. To be an embodiment of success means you attain success in whatever thoughts you have. Okay, this is the sign of being 100% an embodiment of success. As soon as you perform the deed, you attain success. Since it is possible to attain occult powers on the basis of ordinary knowledge, okay, occult powers you can attain by going through the ordinary knowledge. Then, on the basis of this elevated knowledge, are you not able to attain success by using the right method? You need this checking. Okay, you need this checking. In what method is there something lacking through which success still not total? By checking the method, success will automatically take place. So checking is important by checking the method. So we need to check the method. So we, often we just do things but not knowing what method to be used, and we don't even bother to check the method that we are using. So, and if you're not using the right method, then there is no success. And here Baba says, when you follow the right method, then every action, everything that we do will be, every thought will be success. And Baba says 100% embodiment of success. Okay. By checking the method, success will automatically take place. Even in this, the main reason why there isn't success is that you don't do service in all three forms at the one time. Okay, the main reason why there isn't success is that you don't do service in all three forms at the one time. You have to do service in all three ways and in all three forms at the same time. Now Baba is going to talk about the forms and three forms and ways. Knowledgeful, powerful, and loveful. These are the three forms, right, to do service. Knowledgeful, powerful, and loveful. Both love and law are together. Service has to be done in all three forms, but it has to be done in all three ways too. That is, you have to do service through your thoughts, words, and deeds. You have to do three forms of service at the same time. Three forms of service at the same time. When you do service through speech, then the mind should also be powerful. With a powerful stage, you will change the thoughts of others. With a powerful stage, you will change the thoughts of others, and through words, you will make them knowledgeable. Then, when you do service through deeds, that is, whoever comes into contact with you, through that contact, he will become so loveful that he will automatically feel that he has reached his godly family. Your activity should be such that they feel this is their true family. Your activity should be such that they feel this is their true family. Okay. And then Baba says, if through these three forms of service you control their minds, through words you give knowledge and the blessings of light and might, and through deeds, that is through connection and through your physical activity, you give them the experience of this godly family, then would there not be success by doing service with this accurate method? Hmm, right? um Baba is asking, would there not be success by doing service with this accurate method? So our thoughts, words, and action should align in these three ways that which Baba is teaching us in order to attain success in the three ways that which Baba is talking about here. Okay, let's continue reading. You don't do all three forms of service at the same time. Now, Baba says we are not doing all three forms at the same time. When you come into sound, the mind that should be powerful is less so. When you come into sound, the mind that should be powerful is less. So when you bring someone into connection to your entertaining activity, then to the mind that should be powerful doesn't remain that powerful. When you bring someone into connection through your entertaining activity, then to the mind that should be powerful doesn't remain that powerful. So if all three take place at the same time, there would definitely be success. There should be the practice and attention of doing service in this way. There should be practice and attention of doing service in this way. So this is very important line. So we often come across all this knowledge, but unless we don't practice this, right? If I have to practice, then there should be attention to bring that into our action, right? So the two things that are very important here is practice and attention. Okay, so first thing, I guess it's practice, attention, that which is required. When you have attention, then you will bring that into your practice. And then when you bring that into your practice, then eventually that will create a sanskar. And then that'll, you will become an embodiment of that with over a period of time doing that or applying that in your day-to-day life. So, so the important thing, I guess, that we need to pay attention to attention and practice is the two things. The more we pay attention to bring these into our day-to-day life, or right when we do seva, then this will work. So Baba says there should be the practice and attention of doing service in this way. However, you don't form a relationship. you don't come into close contact, but you just maintain a superficial connection. This these superficial connection is only for the temporary period. Although you give them love, together together with being full of love, you must also be powerful. Fill those souls with power through which they will be able to confront any problems. Okay. Fill those souls with powerful with power through which they will be able to confront any problems, any atmosphere, in and vibration, and stay in a permanent relationship. However, that does not happen. Either one gets attracted by the knowledge or by love. Okay. Either one gets attracted by knowledge or by love. They get more attracted by love, and the knowledge is secondary, right? So I suddenly remember this, in centers, when somebody new come, right? So they are not really attracted by the knowledge initially, right? And then they are really attracted by the instrument sisters there because of their that loveful sanskar. So they keep coming, and over a period of time, they start understanding the knowledge, and they understand the importance of this knowledge in this current age, and that's how most of them, I feel, become BK. Okay. So here Baba says either one gets attracted by knowledge or by love. They get more attracted by love, and the knowledge is secondary. However, they should become so powerful that no matter what comes in front of them, they don't fluctuate. This is lacking now. Those who are serviceable instrument also have greater knowledge. They have love, but little power. What would be the sign of a powerful stage? You will be able to finish any atmosphere or any problems of Maya in a second. Powerful stage. I was asking what would be the sign of a powerful stage? You will be able to finish any atmosphere, any problems of Maya in a second. You will never be defeated. Whatever souls come to you in the form of a problem, right? They will surrender themselves to you. Okay. Whatever souls come to you in the form of a problem, they will surrender themselves to you. Good example is Brahma Baba. One sick person, right, had come to kill him, and then Brahma Baba had the greatest stage, right, that we all know. And then what happened? He surrendered himself to Baba. He had a sword in his hand. He wanted to kill Brahma Baba, right? So here Baba says, whatever souls come to you in the form of a problem, they will surrender themselves to you. You refer to this, in other words, as nature, the elements being your servant. When the five elements can become your servant, then can human souls not surrender themselves to you? Lovely line. Baba says, when the five elements can become your servants, then can the human souls not surrender themselves to you? So this is the practical form of a powerful stage. This is why it was said that when you do service in all three forms at the same time, success will then be visible in every task. By using the right method, there is success, and due to the lack of right method, there is lack of success. Due to the lack of right method, there is lack of success. Okay, now in order to become embodiments of success, put this right method. Okay, so that is in order to become embodiment of success, put this right method. On the path of devotion, they make spiritual endeavor, whereas here you have the facilities. Which facilities? By imbibing every speciality of Bapdada within yourself, you become special souls. By imbibing every speciality of Bapdada within yourself, you become special souls. When the examination days come close, you revise whatever you have studied, both the theory and the practical, and check in which subject you are lacking and in what way. In the same way, now that the time is coming close, check yourself in every subject as to what is lacking and to what percentage. Check both the theory and the practical. While seeing what is lacking in each subject, continue to make yourself complete. However, you will only become complete when you first revise and recognize your weaknesses. Very important line. You will only become complete when you first revise and recognize your weaknesses. In order to recognize your weaknesses, we need to do checking. There's no other way, guys. You know your subjects. What is the sign of having imbibed the subjects in your intellect? As the percentage of success increases, time will not be wasted. You will experience greater success in less time. This is known as success. Okay. If you spend a lot of time and have to labor a lot before attaining success, then this is said to be a lesser percentage. Okay. You should have to use little in every way. Your body should be used to a lesser extent. Your mind should have to use fewer thoughts. Otherwise, you may think about something, but it takes a month or a half to make plans. So you must not use too much of your time, your thoughts, or the treasure of all your powers. Let there be greater splendor through less expenditure. Okay. Only thoughts through which there would definitely be success should be created. Only thoughts through which there would definitely be success should be created. The time fixed would also be that in which success is already guaranteed. This is known as being an embodiment of success. So what is sign of knowing to what extent you have passed in every subject? Very important. Very important question too. So what is the sign of knowing to what extent you have passed in every subject? To the extent that someone has passed in each subject accordingly, on the basis of that subject, he will attain the objective and respect. Okay, accordingly, he will attain objective and respect. At the same time, you will experience the attainment. For example, in the subject of knowledge, the objective you achieve is that of light and might. You will experience that attainment. Then, on the basis of the subject of knowledge, you will receive respect accordingly, either from the divine family or from the other souls. For instance, look at the Mahatmas nowadays. Why do they receive so much respect? Because whatever spiritual endeavor they have made, whatever subjects they have studied, they receive the objective of that, which is respect. Nature becomes their servant. So this was an aspect of knowledge. In the same way, there is also the subject of yoga. What object should you attain through that? Now Baba is saying about the yoga. Through yoga, that is through the power of remembrance, you should attain this objective. Whatever thoughts you create will be powerful. Okay. And if you are to face any problems, then with the power of yoga, you should experience in advance what is to happen. Right? A very wonderful stage of yoga. Right? With Baba says you should experience in advance what is to happen. Then, because of knowing in advance, you will never experience defeat when you know everything in advance, right? Because of knowing in advance, you will never experience defeat. Similarly, through the power of yoga, you finish the burden of your past sanskar, and so that none of your sanskars will be an obstacle to your efforts. Even that which you call nature will not take on the form of an obstacle to your efforts. So you should experience the objective of each subject. If you have the objective, then as a result, you will definitely receive respect, because whatever words you repeat through your mouth and whatever plans you make are powerful. Everyone will give you respect. That is, whatever advice you give to one another will be respected by everyone because it is powerful. Check every subject in the same way. We'll read just one more paragraph and then we'll stop. Then now Baba is going to talk about the divine virtues. There are these subjects of the divine virtues in service. The attainment of those is that soul should come into a close relationship and connection. Okay, the divine virtues in service. Baba says the attainment of those is that soul should come into a close relationship and connection. When they come into a close relationship and connection, you will definitely and automatically receive respect. In the same way, check the objective of every subject. The means of checking the objective is respect. If I am knowledgeable, then to whomsoever I give that knowledge, do they have just as much respect for that knowledge? To have respect for knowledge means to give respect to the one who is knowledgeful. If you have attained the objective in the subject of yoga, you can transform the thoughts of others and make them powerful. So they will definitely give respect. Therefore, check every subject in this way. If you experience both the objective and respect in every thought and subject, you would then be said to be perfect. Perfect means beyond effect. Baba is giving different another exam, another point. Perfection. Perfect means beyond effect. Perfect. If you are beyond effect, then you are perfect. You will then be beyond all types of effect, whether of the body, your thoughts, of any connection you make, or of any vibrations or atmosphere. So you must understand that to pass in a subject means to become perfect. You're becoming like this, are you not? This is your aim, is it not? Okay, let's stop here. The first half will complete at this point, and the second half will read tomorrow. So let's take a pause here and reflect on what we just heard from Baba, and then we can share later on. Let's take a pause. Om Shanti. Now the room is open for sharing.
Om Shanti, brother.
Om Shanti. Om
It is,
Shanti. Yes.
success, whenever that word comes. I remember now it's Gyan. We used to have all these self-help, motivational authors and all. One such author, only one thing which always stays in my mind was one person called as Napoleon Hill. Like his one sentence, whatever the mind of man can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Look for possibilities, not for potentials. And so much we have heard about success in
Right.
books, in stories, failure, stepping stone, have a self-belief and all. And Baba also in his Murlis, he speaks about divine success. Like just 2 days back, he spoke about what is divine success, or divine intellect, what is total success. And his word, which I always like in Baba's Murli, is guaranteed success. Like he's guaranteeing like a shopkeeper. And so many Murlis, he has given different things for success. But today, just 2 things which he says, and we have to pay it like you have 3 forms, 3 ways. So in mathematics, they say how it will be possible for these 3 forms and 3 ways all to meet together. So the 3 forms which he says is only knowledge, power, love. The 3 ways he said was thought, word, action. But it should be simultaneous. That is, in my thoughts, I should be powerful, knowledgeful, and love. In my words, I should be powerful, knowledgeful, and love. And in my deeds, I should be powerful, knowledge, and love. A full combination of all the 3. That is the right method. We don't have that. We are sometimes powerful, sometimes knowledgeful, sometimes loveful, or maybe our thoughts are good, but our words are not. Or our thoughts and words are good, but the deeds are not. I think this combination which Papa gave us awesome. See that we have taken this combination. Om Shanti.
Yeah, very true. And thank you so much for summarizing the essence of the Murli. Very nice. Yeah. So it's very.
Om Shanti.
Yeah, go ahead, sister.
Yeah, just very nice, Girja sister. And I'm just liking that one sentence towards the end, which really caught my attention from the Murli, which said that when there is no effect, then you're perfect. And actually, in one line, I felt Baba has summarized so many things. When you're beyond everything, beyond any effect of anything, anything means absolutely anything, then you really become perfect, because you become so detached. And the more detached you are, the more loveful you get, because you have nothing to lose. And then you become more and more connected, and you become more and more full of seva. Like everything gets connected to that one sentence. So I really like that catch line. Om Shanti.
Right. And in somewhere in the Murli, Baba also said that some people have already become that. Okay, and some people are on that journey, becoming that Sarup. So we check ourselves in that position, and then I find myself not even close or not even nearby, long way to go. Okay, very, someone who is in this knowledge would be really looking forward to become that Sarup. Yeah, go ahead, Raki, sister.
Adding on to what Harpreet mentioned, that was one of the catching line for me as well. And how do I go about checking it, whether I'm on the effect or not, is being very agile in each moment, whatever is showing up. So if there's any kind of event which is not as per my expectation, whether it is pulling me down or am I stable?
Right.
So one way of finding out whether I'm on effect or not, this is what I thought is very practical, and that's what I'm taking on, to be agile every moment. If things are not my way, and if I'm getting disturbed, then that's the place for me to figure out the gaps and work on it. And as you rightly said, brother, we do, We acknowledged your space, but it's worth acknowledging as we all are in the journey and we are work in progress. So today's Murli is an eye-opener to look at how to check on our weaknesses. And as Grija Ben also shared about the three mathematics points, as she rightly said, I think that's the whole summary of the Murli. You know? So taking on this practice of being agile and checking on whether I'm on the effect or I'm stable. Om Shanti.
Right. Checking is very important, I guess, because unless we don't check, then we cannot change, and we don't even realize which way or which direction we are going to. So that's why Baba says we have to check and change. Only then we will recognize our weaknesses. Anyone else would like to share?
One very simple point that Baba mentioned today, that anybody who comes in connection, you can only convert them into relationship with love, because initially nobody is interested in knowledge. And I was getting present to my own journey. What took me on in the journey of knowledge and being her is the initial sustenance that I got from sisters at the center, sisters at other centers, who actually took those efforts, gave the sustenance to have the journey settle in the early age. And it was only love that's set the foundation of this journey. So how does that show up in our practice is while we are getting in connection with anyone. Today, Baba mentioned how connections can be converted into relationships, because connections are temporary, but relationships remains permanent. And the base of that is love. And on the foundation of love is when you pour knowledge and make them more powerful. So a right balance between love, knowledge, and power is another point of today's Murli for one to imbibe and take home. Om Shanti.
Right. That combination should be in place, or it should practically visible in our karma. So there Baba says we have to practice this. And in order to practice, we need attention.
Om Shanti, brother. Just to add to what Raki Ben said, when I started my journey, it was not love. It was the knowledge of the divine Shiv Baba, because I was searching for truth. Who's God? Who's God? But what pulled me through is the stories which I heard from the dadis and from senior brothers about Brahma Baba. He's such a, he's such a, and he's not a very beautiful figure, a handsome figure. He's my old man. But what love he had for the 300 plus children when they came all from different backgrounds for each. What is that love which came from him? The love which he had towards humanity. And I have heard these stories, and every time I hear a story, one part of my heart used to just get touched. Is this a man? And nobody in the world knows about such a lover. So because he belongs, he was adopted by the world's universal lover. It was Brahma Baba's love. Of course, as sister said about sisters, to be very honest, for me, that came later. But it was Brahma Baba, his stories, the kind where so many, you can cite n number of stories which were given, and till now it is so rich in my heart. If I say Baba, it's that old man who always comes in my heart, even though Baba says don't keep his picture. But he's so deep down in my heart. Love, epitome of love is my Brahma, mera pyara Brahma.
Right, very nice. Yeah. So initially, I guess for most of the people, it is the love of the instrument sisters that will, take that journey forward for some time, and then slowly when they understand knowledge and recognize Baba, they will continue, or they will be taking deeper dive into this knowledge. And then you can see when even in sender, right, when people, those who are experienced, they are in sender instrument sisters, they may not be taken care as how the new ones are taken care in center. So because they are elders, big boys, they can walk on their own hands, their own legs. So they are able to manage by themselves. So
But
the
one
effort
caution,
here is, the effort here is to getting them on the track, right track. Yep. Then they will roll on the track. Yeah, go ahead. Yes.
one caution you saw in the Murli brother, that really hit me. Baba's not speaking about any kind of love, comma, he says love includes law. Oh my God. He speaks about, we are just thinking love means, hug karo, karo. No, so clearly, in that, if you see that sentence, I like knowledge, power, love, and then comma, love includes law. There, Baba puts a caution.
Yeah, correct. Balance of love and law. Yeah.
I have a question here, Om Shanti. What is knowledge? In your perspective, what is real knowledge?
Well, knowledge in a simple way, I think, anybody can correct this. My understanding is knowledge will tell you what to do things. It will only give you information about things. It will tell you what to do. According to this Baba's knowledge, Baba is giving us directions, what to do. Okay, and also when to do. But applying it will be different for each one of us, because everybody will have different phase in their life and different situation. So when to do, at what stage we have to do, that is again, churning is required, imbibing that knowledge in ourselves, right? It's actually when to do it, that is where we have to become wise. So the based on situation, somebody would like to add on to what her sister want to clarify.
Yeah, just to add to that, if you just see knowledge, in that the word is no. See, when I use the word knowledge, I would like to know the difference between a discovery and invention. Discover means what? I know it, but I didn't know it in the right method. Like, see, America existed, but nobody knew it was America unless Columbus came and named it as America. But invention is something eureka, something which was not that it just came up. So for me, knowledge is, suppose I know something, but a new aspect, a new information comes and changes it, that can be a knowledge. Or something which I didn't know at all, which I have not heard of, comes, that's knowledge. But at the end, did it give me light? Did it give me might? Did it give me the power? I think maybe that's the way I look at it.
Just to add here, just one more thing, just suddenly strike me. So just take this knowledge. Okay, so here in this Laukic world, even people, even Baba didn't give this knowledge. Even at that time, people had the knowledge of Atma, soul. Okay, so when Baba came, Baba gave us the knowledge that you are a soul. Baba didn't just give that. Baba gave in a right method. And not just that, Baba also gave the room for us to experience that. So knowledge gave us that information. Yes, I am a soul. And what is a soul? Soul is all virtues, right? And the form of a soul is a point of light. So this is all knowledge. and we have to experience that by putting into practice and churning over it and over. Yeah, I'm not sure if that.
Yeah, thank you,
Really.
brother and sister, for sharing. Because this word has always intrigued me, that whether we mean the bookish kind of knowledge of, oh, this will happen, then that will happen. If you do this, then that will happen, which to me sometimes actually puts too many boundaries on expansion. Because for me, when I connect to the word knowledge, and and I may not be absolutely right, I'm just sharing my own thoughts. It's expansion through constant learning and constant awareness. And it's actually not limited to books and what he said and what she said. Your own knowledge actually expands as you grow, and your own awareness becomes more and more because you start relating to things. And even the same sentence, when you read it, like even the Murli, if you read it today and if you read it after 2 years again, you will get so many hidden knowledges through that. So for me, knowledge is just a constant learning and expansion where the soul actually is now having that desire to expand, and then the knowledge flows through. But it can't be very restrictive, because why I asked this question also I'll share with you, because I noticed in certain, with even with our sisters and brothers, even the surrendered ones, at times their description of knowledge, I don't know, I find it a little challenging to accept, because sometimes their description of knowledge is too limited, in my view. It's too restrictive, that this is what is the knowledge. And as if you're taking a class, like, fifth standard, like this is the knowledge and that's where it ends. Knowledge never ends. There's no end. Like sister rightly pointed out, like it was there, but you have not discovered it yet, right? So for me, why I asked this question is to clarify my own thoughts, actually, that what do all of you think? Because knowledge is so expanding. It's no limitation. And today we may say that this is what we have learned, and, we learned it in a simple way. Hundreds of years ago, at that time, those people felt it was simple in their context, right? And maybe 200 years later, there will be even further simpler ways of explanation, or because the knowledge has expanded. So that kind of awareness is for me knowledge. But
Right.
correct me if you feel I'm going off on a tangent. But I just wanted to share, because I find this group so interesting and so open to discussion. Om Shanti.
Very nice. Very nice.
Sister, I have a question. If suppose you could just share it with me, whatever knowledge you got about the soul, about the cycle, about Brahma Baba and all, is it written in any books? If go outside and tell, they say, who gave you the knowledge? If they say, if we tell them God himself came down, they say funny, crazy. Because every knowledge over here, you see, it's written in books, subscribed by authors, reviewed by people, become a history and all. Where is our history? Where are those Murlis? So where is that? So, and it's only through the word of the mouth, mind of Shiv Baba, word of the mouth, which I believe, because I believe in Father. So I think for our knowledge to be authentic, no need to give knowledge. Just first you have to give them the source, the Father. Otherwise, none of them are going to believe. They say, oh, it's funny. The Brahma Kumaris will suddenly talk about destruction, etc. Sometimes even this knowledge, I think, how to prove it? A challenge.
So for me, very interestingly said, Sister Girja, and I think where you have that pure love for Baba, or for the desire to absorb the whole creation and to go above, like how Baba said today, where there's no effect, you become perfect. These are actually channeling you in that true knowledge direction. But knowledge is not limited, was the point I was trying to say. If we think that we know everything by reading all the Murlis, we still do not, is what I'm trying to say. There's much more beyond that as well. And it will keep flowing. it will keep expanding, because that's the law of the nature. That's God's way. He keeps everybody excited to know more.
Right.
That's what I feel. Like
Yeah.
Baba has shown us a beautiful light journey leading us to that true knowledge. But it's not limited to only what is already written, is the point I'm trying to make, actually, in a simple way.
Yeah.
It's far beyond. Like
So,
I remember once I was in a trance session, I'm just sharing this personal journey with you. And this 5,000 year cycle that we always keep talking about. And in my trance, and I'm going into that deep meditative, and I put the recording on. And he said, even Baba said, but this 5,000, which is repeating, but it is just one cycle that you're talking about. There are thousands of such 5,000 year cycles. And there's a bigger cycle involving all these 5,000 cycles. There's no end to this knowledge, is what I'm trying to say. There's just no end. It's the most intriguing, most captivating trigger that Baba has put into our heads, but it is expansion. And we have to be allowing that free flow knowledge flowing in from Baba. Otherwise, our minds will become limited. That's my worry. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. So, with the interest of time, let's move on to meditation. Anybody else have anything? Those who have not shared, have anything to share? If not, then let's move on to meditation.
Om Shanti. Very good morning to one and all. Actually, according to my understanding about knowledge, truly knowing about my own existence. So probably when I was around 8 or 9 years old, so I was born and raised in the joint family. So I was thinking about what is the real existence of my life. Though I had a family, but who am I? And also, who is my real father? I didn't know. When I got this true knowledge, then I come to know. So this is the knowledge. So my father is my supreme father for my soul, and not body, the one who is my biological father, and the relatives, that community, my nation. So my real home is Parandham. So that was my understanding. So knowing about my real existence, why I am in this world, what is my purpose of life, who we are, and why my existence in this world, what is a purpose. So that is my true knowledge. When I got a real knowledge about Baba. So that is my understanding about knowledge. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, sister. Thank you. Sharing. Balvindra sister, have something to share? You have unmuted yourself. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. Om Shanti Bhaiji and Om Shanti Divine Family. Such a beautiful, interesting discussion is happening. I wish if you could keep it continue forever, forever, forever. Thank you. My understanding a little bit is, yes, this knowledge we are talking about humanity, who we are, our existence, it is unlimited. It is unlimited. And when we put limitation, when we closed ourselves in the boundaries, then we cannot have access to that unlimitedness. More we understand, more we implement in our life, more we allow ourselves to expand, to have access, to merge into that unlimitedness. This is my understanding. Of course, when I took this Rajyoga course last year, my teacher told me, oh, Baba has already arrived here. He is teaching. I never believed. I laughed at the teacher. I laughed at myself. I never believed. I said, teacher is crazy. But now with understanding, within 1 year, attending your classes, then I realized I was wrong. They were right. It is true. Baba, this Murli is talking about me, about humanity, about my existence, about my inner world. Doesn't matter who is he and where this came from, which group he belongs to, but it is 100% applicable direct connection with humanity. So it doesn't matter where it came from, I should imbibe it. I was so hungry for this knowledge 2 years ago, but now within 1 year, all my burning desire already calmed down, extinguished. I found what I was looking for. I'm 100% content, peaceful, lovely, and full of beauty, and showering my sparkling, shining to everyone wherever I go. Thank you. Thank you. Om
Thank you,
Shanti.
sister. Thank you so much for the beautiful sharing. Yeah. So let's move on to meditation. So let's stabilize ourselves. Who am I? I'm a soul who would attain success with the right method. And the methods, 3 forms and in 3 ways. Being knowledgeful, powerful, and loveful. In my thoughts, words, and deeds. By using this method, I attain success in every action, every deed I perform. I'm an embodiment of success. Om Shanti. Thank you. Over to you, Rakiden.
Om Shanti. With the homework of checking ourselves on the methods that Baba has given us today. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Baba. Thank you, Vijay Bhai. Thank you, Divine Family. We meet tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. Continuing the same Murli